It was today that I realized that I have been really annoying my friend by acting this specific way. We were in a call with someone, and they were explaining that they didn't like that I wasn't texting them first, and they always had to be the one to reach out, and that and they were just doing the way they were very I want to establish this connection with you, but I felt almost icked out by it because when you don't like a person and when you don't want to be that closely connected to a person, you don't want that connection that they're asking for, and so you're like, well, ew, I don't want to be mean, but also I don't want this. I don't care about reaching out to you because I don't have that same want to be friends or want to be more than what we are already right now. You know what I mean? And I never thought about it in that way because I'd never seen it from her point of view. And then as I was listening to him talk, I was just like, is this how I sound to you? Because, man, it annoys the fuck out of me. So no wonder she doesn't want to reach out and talk to me. Because, I wouldn't want to reach out and talk to this person either. And then I realized it from my point of view. And I was like, oh, I must be making him feel horrible by him wanting to establish a friendship and me just, not establishing a friendship back. And I'm just like, that must feel awful because I know how it feels for me. And that must really suck. And so I'm just I was like, oh, I'm so sorry that I've made you feel this way. I'm sorry that I haven't reached out to you, that I haven't tried to establish that connection. You know what I mean? But I wasn't saying it specifically like that. But, I just said I'm sorry. And we moved on from there. But, of course, the thought was still in my mind. And I'm just I've been asking for someone that doesn't want to establish that sort of really close friendship connection with me to establish that friendship connection with me. And by asking, I almost sound annoying or needy just because we don't want the same things from each other. You know what I mean? And it's not she's doing anything bad and I'm doing anything bad sort of thing. It's just we don't want the same things from each other. And so this friendship that I would like to have with her, she doesn't want to have with me. And I need to be okay with that. I need to see that. You know what I mean? It's weird. Sorry. But yeah, that just kind of was a thing that happened. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's an interesting point of view to have. No wonder. It's I like the person and I like the person that was talking to me. They're a great person. I think of them as a friend, but not in that best friend category that I would want to reach out and talk to every single day and, that sort of thing. And when I realized that the roles are reversed for me and the person that I want to be best friends with, she doesn't want that with me. She doesn't need that with me. And so she's probably very icked out and grossed out by that want for connection, that constant asking for that connection when she doesn't want that. And she doesn't know how else to make it clear besides just not talking to the person. She's just get the hint, And if you don't explicitly state that connection isn't something that I want, then they're not going to understand that hint. They're not going to get that hint and they're not going to back off. So at least for me, that is. For other people, if they aren't getting reached out to, they'll back away and they won't reach out. You know what I mean? And when others, so normal people, when they're in this situation, if they're not getting reached out to, they won't reach back or they won't constantly reach out. And so it would have been my prerogative after knowing that she doesn't want, after seeing she doesn't reach out to me, to not reach out. You know what I mean? And I'm just I don't do that. And that's probably really frustrating and annoying to her because she doesn't know how else to get me to understand besides to just not be present and to not text back, you know? So that's what I found it interesting learning. I had to learn how she must see me through someone seeing me the same way I see her. Which is, I thought that was interesting. So yeah, that was very, that was a very forthcoming conversation of like in my head, where I'm just like, I really need to stop talking to her because she doesn't want any of the connection which I'm trying to give her. So I need to like back off. You know what I mean? And I don't like being annoying. And I felt like I've been annoying, and now I realize I have been. Because if someone was doing this same thing that I'm doing when I don't want a connection with them, I would be annoyed. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel so bad for not only the people who have tried to establish that connection with me, and I've just not given back because I just haven't wanted it with that person, and not explained specifically, hey, I don't really want what you're asking for is not something I want. And I guess it's like hard for people to do. And so that also means if I couldn't do that, then they wouldn't be able to do that for me either. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. I thought that was an interesting topic. So yeah, sorry. Anyways, sorry for not having a definitive outro. I just, I've been in the middle of a conversation this whole time. So like, I'm kind of like half muted, half talking to myself, half listening to other people. I'm sorry. I'm stopping now. This is the end of the video. I'm sorry.